anyone have any questions?
Yeah.
Something valid and pertaining to the
Before
topic?
that, we do our video or
I would love to do Arvid. We have a whole bunch of men today.
Already done. I'll be here though.
I have a question.
What's your question? Go ahead.
Is it too late to change, like, on the Rosh Hashanah, we get a decree. Is it too late to change the bad decree? Like, let's say we're supposed to, have bad things happen in the year. We could still...
Until Hanukkah.
Okay, what about after Hanukkah? So that's it? Or
Not around by the end of Hanukkah?
I feel you can always change it. No?
We have a Kabbalah from the Baal Shem Tov that we have until Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to answer your question, I'm going to say yes. Suffering is determined in two ways. One is by the suffering that needs to come down, or two, if you inflict it on yourself. Now, what does that mean?
So, by
I'm
not
not
changing...
I'm not gonna tell you to start taking a gun and shooting yourself. I get myself suffering. What does it mean?
Taking the steps to change.
Exactly. When you decide to motivate yourself to become a better human being, automatically what happens? You're suffering mentally and physically to become a better person. What happens to you? That suffering you were supposed to get during the year is null and void. Any other questions? Aaron, wants to go.
You said earlier that it was just Noach and his family, but we know that Og was also on the boat.
Correct. But Og was not... There was
You're
a
telling me-
continuation of Og. Og was only there because he needed to fulfill the prophecy of Sichon and Og with Moshe Rabbeinu.
Oh, with the whole war.
Correct.
Okay. But you're saying he didn't make a family? He didn't...
Maybe he did, but they're done. They're no... You're saying giants left? Finished.
Was Cain and Hevel born before or after the sin?
After.
After the sin?
They had to be because Cain was mostly Ra, and Hevel was Chetzi, and Shet was Rubo good. They're Neshama wise, so that means that they already had the Zohema of the Nachash in them.
Ooh.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
How does one take steps to start to change, to realize that he needs to change?
You know, I love you, Moshe. You know, when I think that 8 years I know you, he still has the same question. Never-ending question.
I gotta change.
Same thing. But so how did you change? What were the steps you took to change?
I attacked where I was struggling in.
So there's your answer. You know the answer. The answer is to focus on on the things that you know are you're struggling on, and go weiter. Any other questions? Yes, no, maybe so.
I heard Adam had a sin. What was the other sin besides eating the apple? There was like this one major sin that I remember someone telling me when I was younger.
First of all, there was no apple there.
Finally, someone knew.
Or the tree of wisdom, no? Or the tree of...
Whatever it was. There's an opinion of 4 different fruits.
But they say what really was the...
So there was no apple. That's number one. Why is it called Etz Hadat? How does the Torah describe having physical intimacy between a man and a woman? Dat. Knowledge.
Knowledge? Because where does the... comes from the brain.
For someone that's not married, you know a bit too much about this. So they say that Adam Rishon had physical intimacy with his wife before the proper time. And that's why all this happened. But does it nullify the fact that he might have ate something? No. It could be that he ate it and he became a little meshuga, and then he did the sin.
So this whole time it was a metaphor.
Finally, because they don't want to tell you your kids. I'm just teaching this in yeshiva, they're not going to say like
I'm not telling you that I'm telling you what one shot is. Not to go change the Torah right now. I'm not changing anything.
No, you changed it for me. I don't know. I'm going to tell everybody now.
No, you don't relax. You understand? That's it. It's very simple. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Should I feel guilty if I'm...
Chas v'chalila,
No,
you never
wait.
feel guilty.
Should I feel guilty if I'm like reading a book of wisdom, but it's not Torah? But like I learned Torah also, but I also want to read this book that somebody recommended me.
Which book?
Like let's say a biography of somebody successful, like monetary successful. Like, and I just want to read and learn from them or
No,
something.
it's not a problem.
Okay, because sometimes I feel like, you know, especially very religious people, they always make a big deal. Like, why aren't you learning Torah right now? Like, I can learn Torah and read this, you know?
If you think you need it, it's a necessity for you in order to get certain skills, you can read it.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't contradict and have a conflict with the Torah.
values, yeah.
That's the difference. Any other questions?
Thank you.
That's it? You have something to say? Sure? What about you say? Have a good night.
What's that?